Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Thank you guys for showing up to my live today. I'm super excited to be with you guys. Welcome to the closing table with me, Angie White, and we are going to talk about today buyer confidence. This is going to be really good. So all these buyers out here, all you buyers out here, if you know anyone that's looking to buy, desires to buy, or may buy in the future, you want to get them on this live. We're going to talk about some good stuff that buyers need to know on today. So join me today and we're going to talk about real estate. Okay, so I'm super excited to be with you guys. Super excited to go over this topic with you guys. Again, welcome to the closing table. I am a realtor. in the state of Georgia and Florida. I work with Century 21 Results Ocean in Florida and Century 21 Results Ocean, and they hold my license for Florida and Georgia. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. Jump in the live, and if you guys have any questions when it comes to real estate, go ahead and send me your questions. I will be happy to answer any questions when it comes to real estate. Again, welcome to my live. We are going to jump right in and discuss some real estate. Okay. I just want to share this with a couple of people before we get too far in. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Just sharing with a couple of people. But welcome to my live. Welcome. We are going to talk about buyers today. We talk about buyers and sellers. Normally, I talk about both. But today, I want to focus in on the buyers today. We're going to focus in on what the buyers need to know on today when it comes to purchasing real estate. Everybody has the potential to be a buyer. Everyone has the potential to be a buyer. So let's think about it. So even if you're a seller, eventually you will buy again. So everyone has the potential to be a buyer. So everybody wants to know this information when it comes to purchasing real estate. Welcome, Tyrika. Thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you. So today we're going to be talking about, we're going to focus directly on buyers. We're going to be totally focused on buyers. I've noticed that a lot of people who want to buy a home and are just sitting on the sidelines, and they're just watching and they're looking at what's happening in the market, what's happening with the rates. And so we're going to get some buyer confidence today, okay? So you can walk away from this live and know if you're going to purchase real estate, if you're not going to purchase real estate. You are going to know what you want to do, okay? So as far as buyers go, you guys have been sitting on the sidelines looking at the rates, and you're hoping prices are going to come down. But let me tell you something. You are at your greatest advantage now to purchase, because in the areas, a lot of the areas I'm working in, I've noticed it to be a strong buyer's market at this time. Now, am I saying that's every city, every area? No, but I've noticed it for most of the places I'm working in, it is a strong buyer's market. And let me tell you, that is good news for all the buyers out there. So today, if you think you may want to be a buyer in the future, if you think that you know someone that wants to be a buyer, go ahead and add them to the chat, share, and tag somebody on here so they can know about buyer confidence today when it comes to real estate, okay? So what is your biggest concern when it comes to buying right now? And I would say most buyers, when they come to me, their biggest concern is not so much so if they can afford it, but it's more so if the rates are high, is it a good time to purchase? What does the market look like? Should I wait? Or it's more like that, because everyone, if your credit is capable enough, you can purchase a home, especially in this type of market that we're in, because there's so much room for negotiation right here and right now when it comes to real estate. So if money weren't your issue, would you buy this year? If money wasn't your issue, would you be able to buy? And if that is something that you've been processing for yourself, if I could buy to this year, and if I could buy this year, it's because of money I can't buy. But what if money wasn't the issue? What if that is not your biggest concern? What if we can alleviate that concern today with some of the tips I give you on today as a buyer? And you just have to think, do you want to continue renting or do you want to be an owner? You have to decide. This is something that you need to decide for yourself. Am I going to be a renter or am I going to be an owner? Thank you guys for joining on my live. I see you guys. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the likes and the hearts. Thank you so much. So you have to just decide today, am I going to be a renter or am I going to be a buyer or owner? Okay, so you have to decide. This is a decision you have to make for yourself so that you can be an investor, basically invest in real estate and invest in the legacy of your own home and your own family. So this is something to think about. Yes, those rates are kind of like they're so now. The rates are going to do what the rates do, but is that something we want to focus on? We're going to get into that in a minute. So if you guys know someone or you are currently looking for help with purchasing a home, you can drop home in the comments. You can DM me home and I will connect with you and we're going to figure out what we can do together. I'm here to help you to succeed as a buyer. Okay. Go ahead. Right now, Tyreek, I see you got buyer in the comments. Go ahead and type home in the comments or buyer in the comments, and we will discuss what we can do as far as you purchasing in the future. All right. So number one for buyers, point number one, waiting has a cost. Okay. So there is a cost to waiting. Okay. So many people think waiting is free. Right? So you can just wait, nothing happens, the market's going to be fine, it'll be a perfect time for me to buy. But it's not going to be, the market's not going to just have the most amazing market conditions for you to purchase right then and in a moment. Like, you guys have to understand that it's not always going to be perfect market conditions, okay, for purchasing. Now, every month you continue to rent, you're still making a house payment, but not just your own home payment. Does that make sense? You're helping someone else build equity. Yeah. So in every month that you continue to rent for yourself, you are helping another person build equity for themselves instead of building equity for yourself. You need to understand that. So you can continue to rent, or you can decide, let me figure out how can I be one of those people that get to purchase a home. The question is not when am I financially ready to buy? Because once you're financially ready, waiting doesn't save you money then either. You don't even know or have the opportunity to understand how you could be financially ready. Not waiting till you're financially ready. Are you taking the steps to become financially ready? And not just say, I'm going to wait. Those are things to think about. So waiting has a cost. If you wait, the market can shift and it can become a seller's market. And then most of the negotiating power is in the hand of the seller. So right now, and when it's more so a buyer's market in the areas that I'm working in Florida and Georgia, then now is the time to purchase because more of the negotiating power is in your hands. Now is the time to find out, am I financially capable to purchase? And you need the help of trusted realtors and lenders that may be able to help you with that, okay? And if you're in a state that I do not currently have a license in, I do know and have a network of people that I can connect you with so that you can find the home of your dreams, okay? So in point number 2, today's buyers actually have the negotiating power. This is one of my favorite parts about today's market right now. It means a couple of things for you. Because a few years ago, the buyers were competing and having to beat out 10 to 15 offers. That was a real thing. Buyers were having to waive inspections. They were having to pay over asking to get into the home. They were having very little negotiating power. But now, today, you have more negotiating power. What does that mean to you? That means for you that you can get seller paid closing costs. That means sellers will most likely contribute to your costs for your closing, which is less money out of your pocket. So again, there we go. Money is not always the issue, because I've had sellers that have paid all of my buyers closing costs when it comes to that. So that's one of the things. Repair requests can be made. You can make all the repair requests probably that you could possibly want, but we always recommend stay within a 5 to 10 range of the major ones. Those ones you definitely have more negotiating power on. Home warranties, you can get a home warranty. Home warranties are great because that covers all of your appliances at least for a year to 3 years, depending on the contract and what kind of deal you're getting. But yes, you can get a home warranty and cover your appliances, so you don't have to focus on worry about what if this breaks down or what if this messes up. I have a home warranty. This is going to cover me. You can also get interest rate buy down. So say you have a great lender, and I know a few that may be offering interest rate buy downs. They'll be able to walk you through the steps of getting interest rate buy downs, okay? You will have better contract terms, and that basically means that we will have more room to negotiate and be flexible with the contract terms of the contract. That could be whether it's due diligence that we're being flexible with closing date and time frames. You can ask for more items. I've had people ask for the entire home to be furnished, would leave the furnishing of the home would include it in the closing costs. And those things like that can happen for you, that you can request those type of things. This is more negotiating power for you. The market has shifted enough for buyers to have way more room to negotiate right now, today. It is time for you to not wait, but to jump in and get in and see where you can earn your negotiating power in your deal. I'm here to help you with that. Point number 3, buyer, I know you like to think about what the rate is going to be, but more so if you focus on buying the payment that you are wanting to be on. Yes. Can I explain interest rate buy down? So interest rate buy down is basically when you are working with a lender and the lender has the opportunity to give you credits towards your interest rate, maybe a half a point or a whole point towards your interest rate for a cost towards the interest rate. And that is something that will be personalized to you depending on your credit and what is available to you. So that, and when we get into having lenders on my live, then we can also have them go into that into further detail. But basically, you will be purchasing the rate to come down just enough for you to purchase the payment amount that you want to be at. Okay? So now, and that's a little bit about what we're going to talk about just now. So this is something I tell my clients all the time. Don't fall in love with whether the interest rate is going to go lower, because there are options around that. Options around the interest rate. Okay. Now the interest rate is going to do what it's going to do. Okay. But there are options before you beyond the interest rate being what it is today on the market. Okay. So don't just sit up there and be like, oh, I can't do it. I'm chasing after whether this particular interest rate has to be this one. Guys, the interest rate will go down at some point. You can refinance. So you can just go back and refinance if that is something you believe you need to do. This is why we focus on the monthly payment amount that you can afford and that fits your life comfortably versus the interest rate, okay? There is a home that is for you within the monthly payment amount that you want to be in. I promise you, there is a home that is for you that we can negotiate the best deal for you that is within the monthly payment amount you want to be in. Forget the interest rate. That monthly payment is what you want to focus on, okay? Because you can go back and refinance or you can buy it down later. Rates do come down, okay? And they do go up, but you don't want to wait and miss out on this good buyer market that we're in right now, okay? And home prices do rise too. That's another thing to think about. Home prices, they go up and they go down, but if you have most of the negotiating power, you have the ability to get that price knocked all the way down than where they would have originally sold it for, okay? So buyer's market, it's a good thing. All right. So for you buyers today, I want you guys to stop scrolling. This is point number 4. Stop scrolling and start preparing. Okay. Stop scrolling and trying to look at all the houses and start preparing. What have you been doing to prepare to be a homeowner? That is a good question for you. What have you been doing to prepare to be a homeowner? Okay, so that's what you need to focus on. If you're not ready to buy today, then stop scrolling. That's okay. It's completely okay. You just want to prepare. And that is something I really want most of our buyers to focus in on. Us realtors, we want to help you prepare as well. I'm not in it for, you're not ready to buy today, so we can't talk today. No, I'm in it for, let's get you ready to buy so that you can buy, whether it's 6 months down the road or a year. And most likely, a lot of people's credit can shift in the right direction within 3 to 6 months if you have the right lender giving you the directions you need, if you have the right realtor to work with you on this, okay? So just think about it. Y'all got to stop that scrolling. Yes, Tarika girl, you got to stop scrolling, okay? So check your credit. Start saving consistently. That's what you need to be doing. So instead of scrolling, we're saving. We're focused on our credit. We're focused on talking with a lender. We're focusing on what we can qualify for, okay? And what would be good for us when it comes to real estate. Don't be afraid to jump in and find a lender. If you need lender options, I know several, okay? So don't be afraid to talk to the lender. They're not always looking just to run your credit. They have very good advice on how to help you. They have very good advice. They can give you these tips you need to qualify for your home. They know a lot, okay? And they can give you those things that most people would never be aware of so that you can get into the home even if you felt like your credit was way worse than you thought it was. Because they have every idea, every little tip that they can give you, and they have resources. There are resources. There are credits that can be given to you. There are all types of resources that can be given into you, okay? And that can be put towards your down payment. Like, guys, do you guys know there's a 0% loan out there? So you don't have to have put any down payment. There's a 0% financing loan out there. So you guys, there's options. There are many options. A lot of people think that when you talk to a lender, I got to have like 20% of the home payment down. No, that is not the case, because some people get into home at 0%. It's not just for the VAs. It's at 0%, okay? So you're focusing on getting your debt cleared. Yes, Tyrika, and you are focusing on saving, okay? Now, if you're buying a home and it's been on your heart this year that you want to purchase a home, it is time for you to have a conversation. I'm here for you to have a conversation with me, or you can have a conversation with a trusted realtor in your area, okay? Have a conversation. Have it with a lender so that you can get a pre-approval, or have it with your realtor. One of those two things. You need to get it done so that you can qualify for a home. If it's on your heart, if it's on your mind, then there must be a way for it to be done. Start talking with the right ones, with the right people to get you in place, to get you in position. So this is absolutely no pressure. If you decide that you're just not ready, then just don't do it right now. But if it's been on your heart, find out what you qualify for. Find out what kind of monthly payment that you want and stick with it. And how much your money you are willing to actually spend on purchasing of the home. All of those things. If you get what a realtor, they can help you get what the lender that you need to get you exactly everything that can be possibly done for you when it comes to getting into your home. Purchasing a home for yourself means that you're gaining equity and you're not paying someone else to gain their equity. Okay? If you keep renting, you will always be paying equity to someone. Instead of paying it to everyone else, make sure you're paying it to yourself, okay? So whether or not today is your time, but I want you to know that I'm here for you. So go ahead and if you feel like that you are looking for an opportunity to chat with me or learn more information, go ahead and type home in the comments, or you can message me or DM me and type home there, and I will reach out to you and we can have that conversation, okay? All right, so I think that's all my tips for today. I really am excited to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for being on my live. Again, this was the closing table tonight. These tips were for the buyers. I hope today you left with more confidence as a buyer that you can absolutely purchase a home. This can be you. This can be your year. It is more of you have way more negotiating power than you've ever had in this market. So go ahead and reach out to someone and get into that home that you've been desiring to have. So if this has been helpful to you, go ahead and like, share, and follow my page. Don't forget you can catch the replay on my YouTube at It's Angie White, and you can also share it with others. I will be uploading this YouTube video to YouTube tonight. So thank you for joining on TikTok. Thank you for joining on Facebook. It was good to see you. I'll see you guys next week. Normally I would see you guys on Sunday as well, but this week I will be out of town, so we will not be meeting on Sunday for At His Vanity, where we prepare for the day with spiritually and naturally, where I do my makeup and we just talk about Jesus. So we will be doing that the following week on August 9th. And I will see you guys then for that. And I will see you guys next Tuesday at 7:45. And you never know what kind of tips will come out next. So see you then. Until next time, bye-bye. Love you guys.